This is BMK, where we inspire others to be more knowledgeable, be more kind, and be more in the know. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe. You heard?
This week's guest is a New York DMV native. Could you introduce yourself to my viewers?
How you doing? My name is Suave the Goat. I'm from New York City, born and raised, but they're also raised in the DMV. I'm a fashion designer, cut and sew designer, and I'm a musician. There you go.
Okay, well, thank you for coming. Thank you for showing up.
It's been a long time coming, been a long time in the making. So I'm glad we could finally sit down and talk. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So let's start off with a little bit of motivation. And what motivated you to get into fashion design?
Well, fashion design, I was a model first. And I came to find like a lot of that shit isn't, a lot of that stuff isn't made for us, you know? So it's like, you have these clothes that are made for the white man's build. So it doesn't really accentuate what it is, you know, to have the black body frame that, you know what I'm saying, that dominant body frame that, you know what I'm saying, right. Frame that makes you feel like a king and makes, you know, the reason why we call each other kings and queens, you know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
Watching my mom sew and me modeling, I just decided, you know, how about I just start making clothes for colored people that are not, you know, melanated people that are not, you know, that are specifically for us, our body frames, our builds, the different shapes and forms we come in, you know, not just this one stark image of this is what fashion is. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. So, in history, you know, Black people are like dominators, or I would say like in the forefront of being creative altogether, innovators, basically. So would you say that your love for fashion intertwined you into music, or was it vice versa?
It was vice versa. I don't really like to say this too much because I'm very proud of my heritage and where I come from, you know, but my father's a famous musician. The only reason I don't tell people that is because I want people to fuck with me off my music. You know what I'm saying? But I grew up in the music industry. Yeah, my father's a #1 selling world charting artist. So I grew up in studios and I started producing first before I started rapping. It was really like music is my calling. When I don't make music, I'm depressed. So I actually was into the music, and the music intertwines with fashion. And I figured that, you know, if I could be creative on the boards, let me see if I can be creative on the mannequin. And it just so happens that I'm talented in both. So it is what it is.
Multi-talented.
Yeah, definitely. So I would say more like my passion for music and my passion for fashion, they come from two different places, but the inspiration to be able to actually try to do fashion comes from me finding my talent in music, you know?
So what would you say is your standout talent? Like, would you say that you're more of a musician or more of a fashion designer?
I'm definitely more of a musician. I'm definitely way more. I'm a musician. And when I hear some Spanish Afro beats and start freestyling, like it don't even like, you know, it doesn't make sense how musical my life is. Like I find music in everything, in thunderstorms and the beats of this hummingbird that's sitting right here. You know what I'm saying? I find music in everything. So music is really my life. But at the moment, because I'm taking my fashion seriously, I'm definitely right now promoting in the forefront my clothing line.
Okay. So would you say that it's more difficult to produce a garment or produce music?
Oh, it is 1,000 times more difficult to produce a garment. I'm not gonna hold. It's the one simple mistake, and you'll have to take apart the whole thing. So it's like, the garment. The reason I like the fashion so much is because of how challenging it is. You know, when you finally finish your vision, you remember the journey you went through to make that vision. You know what I'm saying? Like it took some time. Like you become connected to your garments in a way that's like, you know, I don't care if you got the money. I don't just want to sell this to just anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you become way more attached to the garments, well, than you do the music. The music is literally meant to just be made and put out to the masses, you know? The garments are made to accentuate a certain person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every garment I make is made for somebody I haven't met yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what that is. I feel like it was made for me. I feel like that energy was put through me to make this garment for that person, you know?
Absolutely. So, you know, in the instant gratification world that we live in now, people see your finished product online and think, oh, that's easy. I can do that. They don't really know the backstory or the struggle that came behind it. So if you had any tips or inspiration for someone looking to get into the industry that you're in.
Which one? Fashion?
Well, that's what you wanted to highlight this interview. So I would say yes, fashion.
Yeah. Okay. Somebody looking into fashion to get into fashion, I would say study, learn about seams, learn about seam allowances, learn about right size and wrong size, learn about different fabric continuity and elasticity, learn about the color palette, because, you know, certain colors, people, oh, this is a blue. No, it's not. It's a green. And you sound like you don't know what you're talking about because, you know, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You just going off your eyes. So I would say study. Don't just get into fashion and say, oh, I'm going to, you know, this is just what I'm going to do. And then you figure out how to put something rinky dink together. Study the people who make ball gowns. Study the people who make coats. Study the people who make suits. Study the people who make, you know what I'm saying? Whatever is made to be a garment, study that thing. Why? Because every aspect of fashion and sewing and tailoring, they're intertwined, but they're separate, but they're intertwined. You know, there might be certain times where you find that you learned about a certain stitch because you were looking at a ball gown thing, but in the situation you're in right now with your, you know, dress shirt or whatever you're making, you might need to use that stitch. But if you didn't study, you don't have that tool. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's not in your toolbox to be able to use. So I would say just learn the process and respect the process, because a lot of us designers, you know, it might look like, oh yeah, he just put that together. That's a nice outfit, but you don't know that it took 2 months to get that shit perfect. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I would say study and respect the craft. Don't just jump into it, because it's insulting, and two, you're not gonna. People who actually know what they're talking about are gonna know you don't know what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're gonna look at you like you're an alien. Yeah, like what? You're in here trying to do what? And we're at Fashion Week, and this is how you're speaking. You know what I mean? Yep. If you had 3 people that you could dress, who would those top 3 people be? All right. Number 1 would definitely be Idris Elba. I would definitely make clothes for him. I would say Rihanna. Okay. And Lupita. She is so dope. I would definitely make some clothes for Lupita, because I just see so many flowing gowns on that woman. Like, oof. So you got me envisioning outfit. Well, this platform is meant to motivate and inspire. And as general as people think Black people are, we definitely have different mindsets and different ways of thinking. So something you said could motivate someone else to be, take their dream to a whole new level and do something that they didn't think that they would be able to do. Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. So do you got anything else that you're working on right now? Anything? Actually, yeah. I'm working on I'm working on an exclusive bomber jacket. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so I made a Letterman jacket. That's actually, the pattern is all the Hogwarts houses in a stained glass pattern, but the sleeves are turquoise leather. accented with black and gold for the zipper and the collar. So that jacket's actually taking me about 8 months because that's my baby right now, you know. I done took that thing apart so many times, changed certain color accents on this, and you know, take that and put this here, and it's been done. Like, it's been a full complete jacket about 4 times already, but it's just not perfect yet, you know. So I've taken it apart and done it over, and I'm actually working on this wedding dress. But I'm not selling that for anything less than $10,000. Like, cause that dress is, yeah, it's all type of rhinestones and accents and flowing train, and yeah, that dress is that's one of the ones that when I open the store, it's just gonna be on the mannequin in the front of the window, like that type thing.
Listen, I'm all for Black people making what they're worth. You have people like Vera Wang, who nobody knew, and she just poofed out of the atmosphere and just started selling $40,000 and $50,000 gowns. So exactly. If you make something and it's worth your time and it shows quality wise, you should be paid for what it's worth.
I personally feel that way too. When I first created my clothing line, the whole idea was, I'm a huge like street fashion head, like urban fashion. I'm from New York, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I personally, my thing was I remember when Supreme and Big came to Soho, you know? And there was not a point where Supreme's hoodies wasn't $120. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm never gonna go to a point where it's like, oh, I'm gonna start out at $40 for this because I want recognition, and then I'm gonna go up to this. Because once you go up, people be like, you know, where did that go? Where did that come from?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Why your stuff was $40? Why should I pay? Yeah.
Yeah, I got this for $40. Why should I pay $120 now? Nah, you're gonna pay $120 now. Simple. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just it. This is worth $120. Why? Because at the end of the day, Supreme is making you pay $120 for a hoodie with a red square on it that says Supreme. Doing all this shit, and I'm making my hoodies by hand. You're paying me.
Absolutely.
You feel me? You're paying me. And if you want a one-on-one, that's $300. Because it's made by my personal hands. It's really designed. Like, it's been designed, it's been sewn, it's been put together, it's been critiqued, vetted, put through the ringer by me, the designer. And I got people that can help and I can outsource to, but I don't do that for the reason that I feel like if it's not made by my hands, it diminishes the quality. Not to shit on nobody else, but just personally, like, if it's made by me and it's my company, then the quality is at the max that I know it can be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's worth it because it was made by these hands. You feel me?
Right. You don't have to go back behind anybody else and say that quality of work is not what it really is because it came through you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know your standards better than anybody else.
And I know that you're not even going to see that hoodie until I feel like it's perfect. So yeah, my price is my price. Yesterday's price is today's price because yesterday's price was the future price. You did?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I would like to thank you for giving us some of your time. And I also would like for you to give my viewers your handles, like where they can find you, where they can be social with you, where they can purchase your products.
Okay. Well, my Instagram is designersbodega. One word, designersbodega. I have a Fanbase account, which is my actual name, Suave the Goat. Bigo is also Suave the Goat. If you want to purchase something, every one of my platforms has my personal Koji link in it, which is a link to my personal online bodega. I don't go through Shopify. I don't go through drop shipping. You get directly, place your order to me. Once I get your down payment, because I don't never do anything. I never expect full payment until, product is finished. I'll let you know that the product is on its way, and then but I'm not going to ship it until you give me, the next half of the payment. But you can go to my personal boutique, right? My Koji link. The Koji link also has all my music on it, and a lot of nice little, like, what do you say? Like little apps and things in my link that actually bring me closer to my followers. Like I have this thing called Dare Me, where it just costs $1 for you to dare me. If I don't do your dare in 7 days, I gotta send you your dollar back. So, it's a bunch of little things that I do to connect with my fans on a personal level, or my supporters on a personal level. I'm not one of these bougie people who feel like I'm too good to speak to you and talk to you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to come through on Fanbase and come through one of my audio rooms and chit chat, chop it up, you could be there all night with us. I'm not too good to communicate with the people, because I was of the people at one point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm never gonna not be that way. So you can find me on Instagram via Designers Bodega, on Fanbase and Bigo through Suave the Goat. And thank you for having me, by the way.
Oh no, definitely a pleasure. And being as though I'm from Baltimore and you grace DMV, DC area, I gotta ask this just to do my random question of the week. Drake's album that just came out, do you feel like it's more go-go or more Baltimore house?
Now, you know what? It's funny because I had this conversation the other day. I feel like it's neither. It's neither. I feel like, I don't know how many people watching or yourself are familiar with the culture of Ibiza. I feel like Drake, what he did was one, genius, because he makes himself further global, like even more global,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that album is really Ibiza club music. Like, if it's really like, I see that whole album being played on the strip of Ibiza. Like, it's not even for here. I don't even feel like he made that album for America. Like, I feel like he made that album knowing that he was going to spend his summer and winter in Ibiza. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. That answer was much needed. It wasn't the answer that I was expecting, but it was much needed because you broadened my horizon. You opened up my eyes, and I'm quite sure a couple of my viewers' eyes to the international realms of music, and not just think it's small as far as like the United States.
Yeah, I mean, as a musician, like I said, my father's world famous, so I've been a bunch of fucking places, and I was in the Navy, so I traveled the world, so I got to hear a bunch of things, and a lot of the music is dance music. It's like techno dance music, like Baltimore club, Jersey house meets techno in the world. You know what I'm saying? So that album actually fits right in with like the world. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not focused on, just American hip hop or American dance music. Nah, this album is way different. And that's why I respect it, even though I don't, like it too personally. I won't play it too much, but he did his thing. He did what he was supposed to do, if that was his goal.
Okay. Well, again, thank you. I guess my cat is trying to make an introduction into my interview, so we're gonna.
Hello, cat. How you doing? How you doing?
Close this out. This has been BMK, where we motivate, inspire, and keep you aware. Thank you again for all the new subscribers.
Bodega in the building. Thank you for having us.
We appreciate you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in this video or any other one, share. That's how we keep motivation going. Peace.